Alright, how's it going, guys? Today I'm going over how I shot, directed, and edited a music video with a $50 budget. So this project started a few weeks ago when I was in Vancouver hanging out with one of my other friends, Daniel, and we were going through some of his most recent projects, just kind of trying to find a song to shoot a video for him down there, and that's when he played this song called Decay by one of our other friends, Ruin, and immediately I just knew I really wanted to shoot a video for this song. I grabbed my phone, I texted him, I said, yo bro, we gotta shoot a video for this when I'm back in town.
She just won't please me, she look in my eyes, told me why are you bleeding? And I don't even know how to answer. I take these drugs to my bladder.
So after listening to the song a few times, I really realized that this project was quite a bit different than the typical video I'd shoot. So I knew it was going to be a bit of a challenge to get the right feel and get the right pacing on the video. So day of the shoot comes around, we've had to scrap everything that I kind of thought I knew I wanted to do for the video. And at this point, I really only have one shot really in mind that I want to do, which is the shot where Ruin's upside down, playing his guitar, and as the drums come in, the camera pulls back, does a 180, and then reveals that he's upside down hanging from a tree. So a breakdown of the gear that I used for the video includes the Sony FX3 as my only camera that I shot this on, the Sigma 24-70, and then for one shot we used a OSS Sony 55-210, I believe it is, and that would just give me a little bit more punch on this one specific shot than the 70 could give me. And then other than that, I used a London Drugs $100 tripod and a DJI RS3, not Pro, just the regular RS3. So going a little bit into how I shot this video, I have a few different shots that are a couple of my favorites from the video. The first being is this one where he's laying down on the ground in a pile of leaves. This shot was really basic, as you can tell from the shot. There's a little bit on the editing side that made it just a little bit better, but this was just done with that super cheap $100 tripod from London Drugs. We actually shot this on a hill, so I had him face the opposite way of the camera down the hill from me, and then I just kind of got my composition on the tripod, just press record, and then let it do its thing. So another one of my favorite shots is this super dynamic gimbal like tracking shot that I did. So at the park that we were at, there was this section that had a couple different tiers to it, so I got him to stand on top, and basically as he walked this way, I walked this way, but kind of tried to keep him in the center of the frame the whole time. And between that and being on the lower tier, using that second tier, kind of some foreground, and also giving this effect that the camera was at the same height as the ground. It just made this cool dynamic effect with the foreground, and it just made it look like I was moving like a lot faster than I actually was. And there was a couple things that I did in the editing to make it a little bit better, but overall I'm really stoked on how this shot turned out. Now obviously the main shot to this music video, or the main shot in my eyes, is the shots where he's upside down. Now this was inspired by this other YouTuber that I recently started watching. I believe the way you pronounce it is Reelin, maybe, not sure. I'll link it down below. He does really good content. He's a fellow FX3 user. So he recently posted a video where he suspended somebody upside down, and I kind of saw that, heard this song, and immediately just envisioned him playing the guitar upside down. So that's where I got that idea. So the hardest part about this shot was just being time limited. Obviously you can't have somebody hanging upside down for very long, and there's only 3 of us, so I kind of had to help take the weight off the rope while the other 2 guys pulled the tension back. We got him hung up, gave him his guitar real quick, pressed record, ran over to the speaker, pressed play on the section of the song I wanted, ran back over to him, got my framing just in time for the section of the song I wanted to shoot for, and we did that a couple times. Then while we had him upside down, I got a couple other B-roll clips, and then a couple other clips of him without the guitar in it. And this just is a really cool shot in my opinion. So when it came to the editing of the video, I wanted to keep it pretty simple just because the song isn't obviously got a lot to it. It's also a bit slower, so I needed the editing to kind of match that feel. There's really only a few things that I did to this video, which includes I added like some leaves throughout the video. That was just a free asset I found on YouTube, green screened it, color adjusted it, and then tracked it depending on the shot. And that's really the main effect that I kind of subtly added throughout the video. Other than that, there's a few shots where I added some blurs on the side just with some masking. Some of the leaf shots I had to do some masking just to get the right depth of the image, just to make it a little bit better. Other than that, there's a few shots where I added some zoom ins or zoom outs just to accentuate the movement that was already in the shot. But other than that, most of it's pretty natural, just given the song itself. So the framing of the tripod shot was originally a little closer up, and it just didn't, it looked cool, but it didn't look how I wanted it to look. So I grabbed a screen grab of this, I brought it into Photoshop, and I used the AI generator just to generate a larger section of leaves around him. And once I had that, I exported that, brought it back into Final Cut Pro. I masked him into the new section of leaves, color graded it, and yeah, I really like how this turned out. I think with the added leaves on the sides, it looks quite a bit better. After I brought it into Final Cut Pro and color graded it, all I did was duplicate the clip, masked out the center, and then just added some blur around the edges. So when it came to the color grading of the video, I'm not a colorist at all. I'm not very good at coloring, just kind of still learning how to do that myself. But with the song, I really felt like it had this vintage nostalgic feel. So I really wanted to go with some sort of like film look to it. And to achieve this, all I really did was use the S-Log3 Rec 709 conversion LUT from Sony. And then I used the color wheels and color curves to get the exposure that I wanted, and touch up the colors just a tad. And then from there, I just used this Kodak film LUT just to give it a bit more of a film-esque feel and color to it. I really like how this turned out on the concrete throughout the video. After that, all I did was added the stock Final Cut Pro film grain effect on top of that, and that obviously added the extra grain, but it also added this cool orangey yellow tint to the footage, which I really like as well. So overall, I really like how this project turned out. It was a quick turnaround process. I shot it last Saturday. It's now Friday. The video is completely done. It's not up yet, but by the time this video is up, I'm sure it will be up and live, and I'll link it down in the description below. I also want to give a shout out to Ruin just for letting me shoot his video, giving me full creative control on how I wanted to shoot, edit this, and just kind of do whatever I want with this song. Then just to finish things off, I just want to say that 95% of the BTS footage you just watched was shot by my buddy Justin. So without him, this video wouldn't be a thing. Check out his Instagram, it'll be linked below. It's Reed Shoots, so go give him a follow. And then with that, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And then if you haven't already, make sure you go check out the full music video in the description below.